This is Coop with GarageGymReviews.com, and today we have a head-to-head showdown between two of the top training shoes, one in the Reebok Nano 6.0 and the other in the Nike Metcon 2. Let's do it. For those watching and are curious about the Nano 6.0, I've actually done a review on it. You can click up here and see the full in-depth written review that I've done for the Nano 6.0, comparing it to the Metcons, comparing it to Nobles, and everything in between. First off, I'm going to start with the Nike Metcon 2 simply because it's been out longer. This is one that many of you have probably tried or seen other people wearing, etc., etc. The Nike Metcon 2 is pretty much exactly like the Nike Metcon 1, except for Nike basically took the things that were wrong, some of the squeaking issues, some of the durability issues, and increased them, as well as added a heel clip on the back. Other than that, it's a very similar shoe with some new colorways. I do like it better than the Nike Metcon 1. That being said, it's not a huge update. Now, the shoe overall is great. This is one of the most popular shoes, not just because it looks good, but also because it performs well. It's got great durability for rope climbs, which is something that many CrossFitters look for. And also it's got the heel clip, as well as just a minimalist shoe and a breathable, comfortable, lightweight shoe. I mean, it's a great shoe for training. It truly is. Now, Reebok recently came out with the Reebok CrossFit Nano 6.0. Now the 6.0 is basically the next iteration in the Nano series. They've gone from 1 all the way to 5, and then with this one they've gone to 6. Now the goal of the Reebok Nano 6.0 was simply to take the looks of the 2, combine it with the fit of the 4, and then with the performance of the 5.0. A lot of people didn't like the 5.0 because, well, they performed well, but they were very uncomfortable. The Kevlar was very rough. It was an ugly, kind of an ugly shoe, to be honest, and they just really didn't like it. The shoe that really people kind of look to in the Nano line is the 4.0 as the premier training shoe, and then also as the 2.0 as, you know, just a good overall shoe. Now, in my opinion, I've used every training shoe that's out there. I have every training shoe that's out there. Everything from the Metcons to the Nobles, to Lalos, to, you know, Reeboks, to Asics. Everything you can think of, I've used. The only shoe that I use for my personal training has been the Reebok Nano 4.0. It's simply the best shoe out there, in my opinion. That was the case until I got this in my hands. The Reebok Nano 6.0 is the best shoe available, and there's a few reasons for that. One, I like the width of it. It has a good toe splay and allows you to really grip the floor. The platform's well. It's got a natural, I guess, asymmetrical form to it. The width on the Nike Metcons is a little bit wider than I like, simply because I have a thinner foot. The base on the Nanos are better than the Metcons, in my opinion, for things like running, which is very important. You know, I want a shoe that I can run in. I don't want a running shoe. I want a shoe that I can do everything in: long distance, short distance, squats, deadlifts, cleans, snatches, everything. I want a shoe that I can do everything in. Now, running in the Metcon has not been my favorite. I really don't like running in it that much. It's not very comfortable. I'm not a heel striker. I'm a midfoot striker. And, you know, it's just an uncomfortable shoe for running. Everything else, it's great. The Nanos I found are actually great for running. You know, there's a lot of people out there that say they don't like running in their Nanos. Well, I think you need to work on your form, because for me, the amount of cushion and everything that's in the shoe has been great. It's a great shoe for running. I've run, you know, all the way up to, you know, 5K, 10Ks in them, and I feel great in them, okay? Now, overall, the looks of the shoes, in my opinion, goes to the Metcons. The Metcons are simply the best looking shoe out there for training, in my opinion. Nike just hits it out of the ballpark every time with that. They've got some of the best technology with Flywire, and I can't wait to see what they're going to come with the Nike Metcon 3. But I just like the looks of them. Now, that being said, the looks of the Nano 6.0, it's not like they look bad, it's just they don't look as good as the Metcon, in my opinion. There are some cool things about the shoe. I do like the Kevlar that's used. There's actually some Kevlar on the heel here. That's actually doesn't do anything. That's just an overlay to make it look like Kevlar. I like the laces, I like the Delta, I like that they got rid of the huge Reebok across the side and the CF74, things like that I wasn't a fan of. So overall, for performance, I give that to the Reebok Nano 6.0. For looks, I give that to the Nike Metcon. That's me, in my opinion. Now, comparing to previous iterations, we've got the 2s, we've got the 4s, and we've got the 5s. 5.0s weren't really my favorite shoe. I think they look cool, but in reality, I think they're a little stiff, and they performed well, but they weren't very comfortable. The 4.0, as I said, has been my training shoe. They're basically beat to crap. The soles, I mean, I wear these a lot, so these are a shoe that I've used a lot. And then the same thing with the 2.0s. I love the 2.0s. I've used the 2.0s in every situation possible, and you know, they performed well. Overall though, the Nano 6.0 has been the best training shoe I've used. I highly suggest you go out and check it out. This has been Cooper with GarageGymReviews.com. Don't forget to subscribe, and we'll see you later on.